Good evening, everybody. Welcome. We'll start in just a minute. Just making sure that we're visible here. Okay, very good. Just gonna, we're in the view field. Thank you. So welcome. Start settling into your mat, and thank you again for joining on this Tuesday gentle wave class. It's a pleasure to be here with you again. Just going to wait a minute or so for anybody else to join before we begin. So welcome to our Healthletica community, and welcome to any other friends that may be joining this evening. My name is Afshan, and I'm an instructor with Healthletica. So as always, before beginning any kind of physical practice, making certain that if there are any underlying medical issues or concerns, that you take advice from a healthcare professional before you start any kind of physical activity. And this is a gentle class, a gentle wave class, as we call it at Healthletica. And it's, as I like to say, a nice gentle massage for your whole body. We'll connect to our breath, connect to our heart, and just move together so that the way can open. And I'd like you to begin by laying down into Shavasana. So Shavasana is yours to take as is comfortable for you, laying down on your mat, perhaps taking your arms wide away from the body, feet softening and just letting go of the toes, and just sinking into the mat, letting go of wherever you've come from, letting go of whatever thoughts may be entering your head at this current moment, letting go of the lists, the to-dos, the worries, the concerns, and just becoming present to this practice for the next hour. As always, please be mindful of any concerns that you may have. If I offer a posture that's not available to you today because of an injury, please just be careful to not overextend yourself. You can always go back into Shavasana, or you can go into child pose, which I'll show you a little bit later. So as you're laying there in your Shavasana right now, just notice that you're connecting to your breath. With each inhale, let the belly rise, the ribs lift, the chest expand. And with the exhale, let the chest sink down, the ribs, and your belly. Again, inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. Continue this three-part breath. Your inhales and exhales are through the nose, but if you feel more comfortable exhaling through the mouth or for a deeper release, you can exhale through the mouth at any point. So as you're laying there in your Shavasana, connecting to yourself, you might want to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe direct some energy to somebody who may need it in your life, or inward toward yourself. If you want to connect to a virtue that I offer, today I will be reading a virtue from the Virtues Project, and it's hope. Feeling kind of timely, especially if we've all been kind of sinking indoors, sinking in to ourselves, into the indoors, and sitting with some uncertainty, having a little hope. Hope is looking to the future with trust and faith. It is optimism in the face of adversity. Without hope, we lose our will to live fully. Hope gives us the courage to keep moving forward. It can be elusive when we have suffered often, yet it is a light that can redeem our dreams. With hope, we know we are not alone. There is always help when we are willing to ask. There are gifts to be gleaned from all that happens. With hope, we find the confidence to try and try again. So perhaps tapping into that feeling of hope, even in our practice, where there may be spaces that there's tightness, or we may be feeling stuck, just sending light and hope in those spaces as we move today together. Let's slowly start wiggling our fingers and toes to awaken ourselves to the mat. Perhaps rotate your wrists and ankles in circular motions a few times to further awaken yourself. And then counter rotate the other way. And let's take a nice deep stretch. Inhaling the arms high up above you. Give yourselves a nice full body stretch. Fingers and toes to opposite poles. Feel the glutes tighten, the thighs tighten, and exhale, let it all go. Just softening the elbows down, softening the face. Feel the tingling in the body, perhaps, with this simple movement. Let's do that again. Inhaling, stretch, 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 stretch each toe joint, finger joint. Feel your jaw tighten, elbows pop up. Exhale, letting it go, and just softening. So find the polarity in your movements. We create tension, we let go and release and surrender. And let's do one deep stretch. Make it your biggest one yet. Inhaling to opposite ends. And exhaling, letting go. Bending your knees, wrapping your arms around your knees. Just give yourself a good hug, drawing your knees in towards your heart. And let's take some circular motions with the sacrum, creating some nice circles as you hold on to the tops of your knees a few times, and then the other way a few times. Good. And then rolling over onto your right side, extend the right arm to create a pillow for your head. Left hand comes down beside your heart, or beside the body on the mat. And bend your knees slightly in fetal restorative. Take a couple of deep breaths here, connecting to your breath, softening for just a moment. And then gently use the pressure of your left hand to help lift you up into a seated position. Cross your legs. If cross-legged is not available to you and you're finding your knees are coming up quite a bit, you can roll the back of your mat or use a pillow on a seat, or even just extend your legs. Whatever it takes for you to be comfortable. And if it's possible, just connect your sit bones right down to the mat. And you can take your hands to either face up to receive energy, draw the shoulders away from you, core is engaged, spine is nice and lengthened. If you prefer to put your hands planted down to your knees to create a grounding, by all means. So we're going to connect to our four-part pranayama. Pranayama means breath. We're going to inhale, let the belly fill up, ribs, chest, right up to the clavicle or upper body area. And when we exhale, release from the clavicle, chest, ribs, and belly. So if you can imagine, your inhale is an upward movement. We're going to count up to 4. Exhale is a downward motion. Again, counting out to 4. And we'll do a few sets. We're going to count our way up to 8. So get comfortable, close your eyes, soften your shoulders down, elongate the spine, chin is slightly tucked in. So just listen to the rhythm of my voice as I count you in and out. Remembering that the in-breath is through the nose. Typically, the out-breath is through the nose also, but if you need to switch it to mouth breath, that's okay too. So closing your eyes and just remembering there's no right or wrong. You were just tapping into a nice mindful breath, really engaging the full aspects of our lungs. Quite often we're walking around with a shallow breath, so this is a nice opportunity to really engage ourselves. So let's begin. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's make this count for 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting it go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please keep your eyes closed. Draw your hands to heart center. Bow your head in reverence. Let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose and release it through our mouth. Let's take another one in. Feel your heart lift up and release it. Beautiful. Opening your eyes gently. Let's take our hands down to the mat, swivel over into a child's pose. So I'm sideways on the mat, but you're still facing the camera. So big toes touching, heels slightly apart. You can draw your forehead to the mat, hips come down to the heels, to whatever level is available today. Put your arms beside your body, so find the best child pose for you. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose and exhale through the nose, releasing. Let's activate the child pose. Inhale, reach the fingertips towards the front of the room, elbows off the mat. Exhale, see if you can soften your glutes down closer to the heels and elbows released to the mat. Good. So this is a beautiful restorative pose to come to at any point. If you need a break in the practice, we'll warm up with our spine, as always, at the beginning of our practice with a small vinyasa. Vinyasa means movement with our breath. Hands down to the mat, fingers wide apart, really trying to ground the tops of your knuckles, keeping a nice linearity with elbows to the wrists and shoulders in one line. Knee is in one line to your hips. So let's inhale, let the belly drop. Take your gaze upward, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, rounding our spine, starting from the back, letting go of your neck last, gazing at your navel. Let's inhale one more time, curling, letting the belly go towards the mat, long throat. Exhale, rounding. Take your time here, one breath at a time, one vertebra at a time, and just plant the palms a little deeper into the mat, allowing your cat to arch a little deeper. Let's inhale to flat back. And let's do 2 more. And you can try doing it at your own pace without direction from me and just being mindful of your breath. So start with the inhale, letting the belly drop. Stretch up that back in your cat. Great. And when you come to your final cat and cow flow, you're going to curl your toes under, perhaps take your knees back just an inch. We're going to do our modified down dog flow. We're going to start in tabletop. So remember, for any beginners at home or anybody who wants to stay with the gentle practice, you can do your 3 flows all in tabletop if you like. We will go into the second variation with second and third with down dog. So here we go. Inhale to modified high plank. Exhale, coming down into your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to baby cobra, let go of your feet, hands hovering above the mat, lift up your heart, and exhale, plant the palms down, back into tabletop, curling the toes under. So let's get ready for down dog. For those that want to join this variation, inhale, squeeze the core, exhale, lift your hips up. So here, start walking your dog out for just a moment, bend the right knee, the left knee, pedal it out, feel the nice stretch on the back of your calf. Find your gaze between your shins, lift your hips up. So find that nice polarity again in this posture, create that nice triangle. And we're going to do our flow again here. So you can drop your knees, remember, at any point if you like. Inhale to high plant. You're going to scooch the toes back. Nice solid arms. Exhale, coming down into Chaturanga with the arms staying grazed beside your ribs. Beautiful. Inhale through to up dog. You're going to let go of your feet flat on the top of the mat, kneecaps off the mat, and then curl the toes under with your exhale, back to down dog. So again, if you want to do your third flow in tabletop, by all means, Readjust your dog here. Take a breath. One more nice mindful downward dog flow. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Soften your crown. Let it go. Let your heart elevate. Inhale to high plank. Scooching the toes back. Keep that core engaged as you come down into your chaturanga with your exhale. Inhale through to up dog. Flatten those feet. Kneecaps off the mat. Shining your heart and gaze upward. Exhale. Roll over your toes and come back and catch your breath here. Take a nice inhale through the nose and exhale, releasing it. Letting go of that flow. Feeling the heat elevated in your body perhaps. We're going to gently walk our feet up to the front of the mat. We're going to take our feet hip distance apart. Create peace fingers with your hands and then hook the peace fingers around your big toe. And then just bend your knees and allow your head and your torso to just surrender and soften. Torso to thighs, crown going towards the ground, elbows are soft. Let's inhale, lengthen the back, lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms. So everything is tension and straight lines. And then exhale, allow the knees to bend, the head to soften, the elbows to soften. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lengthening. Gaze towards the mat and exhale, releasing, softening and letting go. Perhaps releasing the peace fingers and allowing your hands to come to your hips and gently, one vertebra at a time. Take your time as you come up into standing with your head coming up very last. Coming into a still mountain, feet slightly apart, arms moving away from your body, fingertips softening towards the ground. Are your shoulders softening also? Are your knees letting go? Maybe bend your knees once and connect to your breath. Inhale through the nose and release it. Keeping your eyes gently shut. Drawing your hands to heart center. Feel the rhythm of your heart. It's beating a little faster from that beautiful inversion that you just did in your down dog flow, and even bending over with our peace fingers. Lots of wellness to allow blood flow to our crown. Taking another breath here and releasing it. Notice the softening of your heart. And let's open our eyes. Standing practice, we'll go into some salutations and we'll do some flows today. Let's begin at the top of our mat. And remember to take water at any point that you need to. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. We're going to inhale, the palms up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Bowing your head gently. Let's inhale, reaching up again. Exhale, swan dive the hands beside your feet. Bending your knees, torso to thighs. Let's inhale, flat back. So hands come to shin, to knees, to thighs, wherever it's available to you, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, hands come down beside the feet again, bending your knees. Let's inhale, reverse swan dive our hands. Palms connecting. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bowing our head again. Let's do 2 more sets before we go into a low lunge series. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, hands come down beside your feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands come down. Really bend your knees, torso and thighs. Soften the gaze. Let's inhale, reverse, stretching our arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, releasing. The hands beside your feet, unclench the toes. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands beside the feet. Let's lunge the right foot back and then drop the right knee down. So make sure your left ankle is in line with your left knee. We're going to inhale, the hands to heart center, drawing the palms up. Exhale, micro bend the back, and a little crescent here. So you should make sure your hips are level. That right hip shouldn't be moving back. Draw it forward. Inhale, hands back to heart center. Exhale, open up into cactus arms. So really engage the biceps, engage the fingertips, open up the pecs, shine your gaze upward. Perhaps lunge forward a little bit in the slow lunge. Beautiful. Inhale, hands back to heart center. Exhale, draw the right arm towards the back wall. And you can bring your left hand to your hip, gazing over your right fingertips. You can perhaps draw the left hand towards the opposite wall in a nice twist here. Good. And then drawing the hands back to heart center. Let's take the hands down to the mat. Curl the toes are already curled under. Lift the right knee up and then draw the right foot to meet the left foot. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees and hands beside your feet. Let's reverse swan dive here. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just pause here for a moment. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands beside your feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands come right down. And this time you lunge the left foot back. And you're going to drop the left knee down, making sure you have alignment with right ankle to right knee in a nice line. Inhale, hands to heart center. Drawing up the palms. Exhale, micro bending the back. Feel the stretch right down to your abdominals, perhaps. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, cactus your arms. Even in this gentle variation, you can engage the fingertips, engage the palms. Breathe here for 3, for 2, 1. Inhale the hands back to the heart. And exhale, take the left arm out, right hand to the hip. Perhaps the right hand can extend out to the opposite wall while you just create a nice openness of the heart as you twist here. Whenever we do something twists, it's a nice opportunity for our organs to be twisting inside. And let's bring the hands back to heart center. Taking your fingers to the mat. Inhale, squeeze the core. Exhale, lunge the left foot to meet the right one. Let's soften in a flat back. Inhale. Exhale, bending the knees, fingertips beside your feet. Just letting go of that for a moment. Let's inhale, reverse swan dive. Palms together. Exhale, drawing your hands to heart center. Take a moment to come into your Tadasana. So again, these Tadasanas or mountain pose is a nice space to kind of connect with yourself, connect to your breath again. If it's feeling a little bit winded, just reminding yourself to come back to the ebbs and flows of your own breath, inhaling through the nose and releasing. You can always release through the nose, and for a deeper release, you can release through the mouth. Let's take another inhale and letting it go. Beautiful. Opening your eyes gently. Let's get ready for an eagle flow. So in eagle flow, there's going to be 3 variations. At home, you can decide to just stay in your eagle if you're working on your balance. I'd like to just demo it really quick, just so that you're not trying to look at me while you do it. So as you know, for our eagle, we get into our eagle that's available to us, either opposite palms, opposite shoulders. And then we're going to do our rounding. And from rounding, we're going to go into a tripod today. So left knee slightly bent. Then we're going to go into super people. And then we're going to go into warrior 3. Arms extended, toes pointed out. And then we're gracefully going to come back into mountain. So we'll hold that a little bit longer. If you want to just work on eagle today, totally okay. If you want to try the other ones, great. If you fall out of a posture, smile at yourself first and just come back to whatever variation works for you. So big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Sink your feet into the mat to really root them. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, the right arm underneath left. So either you're going to grab opposite palms or opposite shoulders. And then exhale, sit down into a seat. Take the right leg up high over the left. So here you may have the ability to bind the right foot behind the left calf, but that's optional. Try to maintain integrity with your eagle. You want your hips to be level. You want to make sure that you're sinking just slightly into your hips, into a low chair. And keep breathing here. Find that one spot to look at so that you don't lose your balance. If you'd like to, I invite you to come into the next variation. Inhale, squeeze the core. Exhale, start rounding. Starting to take your elbows towards your belly button. Good, and your gaze, your drishti to the mat. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Really connect that left foot to the mat. You might feel a fire. Let's release the right leg to the back wall in tripod. Arms are still bound wherever it's available. And let's release the arms beside us, palms facing the floor, and super people, shoulders away from your ears. Micro bend the left knee for 3, 2, 1. Last variation. Release the arms to the front of the room in warrior 3. Extend those fingertips. Lift the torso. Breathe here for 2, 1. Gently come into mountain. Close your eyes. Soften the knees. Soften the face. And then feel the magic on the left side of your body. Perhaps the left leg is tingling. You really just activated it. Soften the face. Soften your shoulders. Let go of your fingertips as if they're just melting towards the earth. Take a nice breath in and let it go. Take your palms together against your heart, and again, feeling the thumping. Take a couple of breaths to soften the face, and just knowing that there is hope in the way our heart beats and our body is activated, and the fact that we can connect and cultivate wellness. Opening our eyes gently. We get to do that all over on the other side. So again, big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Inhale, the palms up. Exhale, left arm underneath right. So again, each side is different, so you might be able to connect to the palms or opposite shoulders. Whatever is available today is perfect. Inhale, squeeze the core. Exhale, sit down into your seat. Take the left leg up high over the right. Again, making sure your hips are level. Soften your gaze. Just sink into your hips a little bit. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, squeeze the core. Exhale, start rounding. Allowing your elbows to come towards your belly button. So at home, maybe you're still working on the first variation. That's okay. Perhaps you come towards the belly button. If not, that's okay too. Now releasing the back left leg to the back wall in your tripod. Breathing here for 3, lifting up higher for 2, 1, releasing your arms into super people. Palms facing towards the floor, shoulders away from the ears. If you're wobbling, that's okay. For 3, 2, 1, and then release the arms in front of you for warrior 3. Powerful. Breathe here. Micro bend the right knee. And reach for 3, 2, 1. And we're going to gently and gracefully release into our Tadasana. Feel the fire in your body. Feel the energy activated. Soften into it. I repeat this over and over and over as a mantra to myself. Our body is our ally. Soften the knees. Soften the face. Perhaps take your left palm to face and plant over your heart. Right palm comes over top. And then just feel that heart beating with that vinyasa that we just did. Inhale through the nose and blow it out through the mouth. Are you holding on to any tension anywhere? In your face, in your shoulders, the elbows soften, the fingertips on your heart soften. Let go of the calves and thighs. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And release it. Opening your eyes gently. That was a little bit more than gentle, but if you joined me in creating that fire, that's wonderful. And if you sat out of it, that's wonderful too. Let's do just a small warrior series. While we're in our standing pose, your right foot is at 2 o'clock, left foot is at 12 o'clock. Hands are to the hips. Hips are level or in one square plane. So let's roll the shoulders away. Inhale the arms up and exhale, lunge the left knee forward. Dropping your shoulders down, squeezing those shoulder blades together. You can heel toe the foot forward on the left side until you see your big toe. And just sink into this warrior, open-hearted warrior one. Shine your gaze and heart above. Just noticing the nice stretch along the back calf. Inhale, lengthen, soften that left leg. And exhale, cactus arm in warrior one. I really enjoy these cactus arms. It's a nice opportunity just to open up our heart center, engage the arms. We do a lot of rounding and constricting sometimes, so this is a nice opener. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Let's inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, eagle arms in warrior one. Right arm comes underneath left, grabbing onto wrists or shoulders, lifting the elbows up slightly so you get a nice stretch through the upper back. So lunging here, maintaining it, breathing for 3, 2, 1. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swivel your arms beside you. Heel to the back foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. And we're going to be in a straight-legged, so no lunge in the left knee. We're going to flip our palms and reach to the wall in front of you. So let's inhale back. Engage that core. Exhale, left hip draws back, and you reach forward, allowing the fingertips to connect to wherever is available on your legs. So it could be along your inner calf, along your knee, just gently placing it there, and shine your gaze upward if it's available in this modified triangle, straight-legged triangle. Breathing for 3, roll the right shoulder away for 2, and 1, coming back up, hands to hips, heel toe the back foot. So it comes to 2 o'clock, square the back foot, bend the right knee back into a Tadasana for just a moment. Let's take a nice breath in and releasing it. So let's do that on the other side. We're going to lunge the left foot back to 10 o'clock. Hips are square, roll the shoulders away, inhale the arms up, exhale, lunge the right knee. And this again, notice, do you see your big toe? If you don't, just heel toe it till you do. You should feel a nice deep stretch on the back calf. Shining again your heart and gaze upward. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lengthen. Soften that right leg. Exhale, lunging again with cactus arms. So opening up that heart center, engage the fingertips, engage the biceps, and breathe here for 3, 2, 1. One more set. Inhale, lengthening, arms up. Exhale, left arm comes underneath right as you lunge the right knee forward, grabbing onto whatever is available, shoulders or wrists, lifting the elbows up slightly. Feel that nice stretch along the back calf. Feel the trap muscles, the upper back muscles stretching out, breathing for 3. Feel your heart racing just a little bit as you lunge with your quads, our biggest muscle sets. 2, 1, and let's inhale. Swivel our arms beside us, heel toe the back foot, so it's parallel to the back of the mat. So just a nice straight leg with a micro bend in the left or right knee. Flip the palms. Inhale, reach forward. So you're reaching with your right arm, the left hip goes back, and then exhale, our modified straight-legged triangle with the hand, back of the hand against a calf, a knee, wherever it's available to you. Draw your left shoulder away. Gaze comes up. Unclench or undig those toes on the right side if it's happening. And just breathe into it. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale back up. Hands to hip. Exhale. Heel toe back foot to 10 o'clock. Square the hips. Square the back foot. Bend the left knee, lunging forward into Tadasana. So take a moment here to just tune back into your breath, to soften And allow your body to come back into a harmonious state. It will do that naturally for you time and time again. Become still. Are you holding onto your forearms even? Soften them, just let them go. Are you holding onto your fingertips? Sometimes some of us are creatures of holding on, and this practice is a reminder of letting go, constantly creating tension and then letting go and surrendering and releasing. It's a practice that's really created over time and then becomes a living yoga off the mat. Opening our eyes, let's wrap up our standing practice with our tree pose. Left foot grounding into the mat, right foot coming in against the heel, the calf, the inner thigh, or half lotus on the crease of your hip, whichever is available to you today. So if you're doing half lotus, you're really flexing your foot. But even if you're in the first variation, there's lots of strength. So you want to make sure that your knee is opening up. You do not place the right foot on the left knee or anywhere near it. Roll the shoulders away, hands to heart center. So really opening up that pelvis, drawing that knee away. That's what this is about. Let's inhale the palms up. Exhale, open your branches. If you start teetering, tottering, it's okay. Toppling out of your tree. This is life. We fall out. You smile at yourself. Then you come back to the posture. And take a few breaths here for 3, 2, 1. Palms connect back together, back to heart center. Try to release your foot and then just stay unclenched with the feet, closing your eyes, noticing the energy traveling on the left side is a little bit deeper and stronger as we grounded our foot there. Take a nice breath in through the nose and perhaps let it go with the mouth. Just letting go of that posture. Let's just shake it out because we're not standing in our Tadasana for a long time. So maybe you can find our balance by just going along the heels and balls of our feet, rocking and rolling along the edges, giving massage to our toe joints. And then grounding the right foot. Find the 4 corners of your foot and root them in. And then do the same on this side. So each side is a little bit different. You may feel like you can connect a little higher along your trunks, but whatever is available to you. It could be the thigh, along the calf, along the ankle, but as long as you're not on the knee and you're opening the pelvis and opening that left knee towards the left side of the room. Drawing the shoulders away, softening your drishti, that soft space to look at to calm your nerves and mind. And notice, do you wobble more on one side than the other? We all have different energetic alignments. So just breathing, smiling in your tree. Inhale the palms up if it's available. I invite you to open your branches with the exhale and just soften the shoulders down. Engage the fingertips, receive from above and ground from below. Another polarity in this beautiful tree pose. For 3, feel the fire on the right side. For 2, wobbling a little bit more on this side. My energy is a little different. And 1, palms come back together. Back to heart center, releasing into Tadasana. Close your eyes, bend your knees once, soften the fingertips and just feel the fire on the right side. And all the goodness that you just cultivated by really activating and grounding your feet. Nice breath in through the nose and let it go. Good. And then just shake this one out too. Good. Let's just take 3 breaths in Tadasana before you release back down to the mat. For reclining postures, take a deep inhale through the nose and let it go. Again, inhale and release. 1 more inhale and surrendering to that last breath. Opening your eyes, coming down to the mat, coming down to wherever it feels comfortable to you to be in Shavasana in, if it means maybe heel to heel with your feet and bending your knees, or perhaps keeping your feet flat on the mat if you have any low back issues. But wherever you want your Shavasana to go, just become still. Soften into the mat. Release the standing postures. Shavasana is where we absorb everything that we just practiced. And we'll have a little longer Shavasana at the end of our practice in about 20 minutes after we do some reclining poses. Perhaps connect back to that virtue of hope that I offered at the beginning of class, or any intention that you might have set yourself. Tune in to your own ebbs and flows of your breath. Let go of your body. Just soften into the mat. Couple of deep breaths here. And then just start wiggling your fingers and toes. Let's inhale the arms high up above us. One nice full body stretch here. And exhale, let it go. Great. And then bend your knees. Just wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a hug before we go into our spinal twists. Feet come down to the mat. Arms make a T. And then we're going to look over to our right hand. Inhale, squeeze the core. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, engage the core. Knees towards the right, gaze to the left hand, which is planted down. So both shoulders stay plugged in. Perhaps windshield wiper your legs a few times at your own rhythm, allowing your spine to get a nice little twist there. Good. And then bringing your feet down to the mat, grazing the backs of your heels with your fingertips. We're going to get ready for core with our bridge. We're going to squeeze the core, allow the palms to stay planted down beside our hips. Let's inhale, exhale, lifting the hips up, and allow the hips to stay there for 3, 2, 1. Lower down, one vertebra at a time, allowing the hips to come back down. Inhale, squeeze the core, lifting the hips up a little bit higher. Hold it here, and exhale, come down for 3, 2, 1. Let's hover the hips above the mat. Inhale, squeeze the core, lifting up a little higher. Chin stays tucked in. And exhale, coming down. One vertebra at a time. Knees trying to stay pointing up to the sky. And soften the hips right down. Bend your knees. Give yourself a nice hug so you can massage the low back. Good. And we're going to roll right over onto our right side, allowing our hand to push us up into a child pose, a wide-legged child pose. So knees are mat distance apart, forehead comes to the mat. Hands can come in beside us, in front of us, whatever feels comfortable, just to take the pressure off the back. And breathe here for a nice deep breath in and breath out. Good. And let's come into a tabletop to get ready for pigeon pose. Pigeon pose is really good for our hip joints. So tabletop, curling the toes under to get ready for a down dog. Just bring the knees back an inch. Really plant the tops of your knuckles nicely onto the mat. Inhale, squeeze the core. Exhale, lift your hips up high to the sky. So again, crown is softening to the ground. Hips are up to the sky, nice polarity. Let's inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, it's as if you're trying to point your right foot towards the back wall or the side wall. And then we're going to swing that right knee in towards our right hand. Place it down beside the right hand. Uncurl the back toes. Create a nice linearity with that back left leg. And the shin may be at an angle for most of us that have tighter hip flexors, and that's okay. So web your fingers, lift your chest high. Soften the shoulders down and the gaze upward. Let's inhale, elongate here. Keep that core engaged. And with the exhale, one vertebra at a time, you're going to come down, taking your arms either into stacked arms. You can drop your forehead down onto stacked arms or stacked fists. Whatever works for you. You want to allow for that right hip to feel a nice massage. So for some of us, we may feel the tightness right away. And if you have a lot of opening in the hips, you may not feel this posture as much. You might want to shift a little to the right or experiment. You might have to shift a little to the left to find that spot that feels where you're meeting the tension, and then you soften into it. So you want to find that just that spot that feels a little bit more restricted and soften into it. So we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So soften your shoulders down. So notice if you're holding up your shoulders, just let them go. Soften your face. Quite often in life, when we hold on to tension, we unconsciously hold on to tension, not just in the spot that it's created, but everywhere else. So yoga is a great practice to notice where that exact spot is and then to release the outlying areas. So soften the brow, soften your jaw, and just take a nice few deep breaths here and stay here for a few more seconds. This is a beautiful posture to also stay in if you're doing a yin practice. You can stay for up to a few minutes here to get into some of the deeper ligaments and connective tissue. This is a really great posture for anybody that may be suffering from any kind of sciatica. So when we come out of this, we're going to come out really slowly, bringing our palms to the floor, lifting our torso, curling our left toes under, and gently bringing our right leg back into a down dog. And you might want to walk your dog out here to bring the blood flow back. So pedal out your feet, right, left, and then just soften into your still dog, letting the head soften, the crown soften, the hips lifting up. Let's inhale the left leg up. Exhale, draw the left foot away to the side wall, opening up the hips, bending that left knee. And then you're going to swivel or swing that left knee in to be placed next to your left palm. Take a look at your back leg. It should be nice and straight, uncurling the left toes. Again, just shift and readjust here. So bringing your fingers up onto their webbings or fingertips. Inhale, lengthening, softening the shoulder. Exhale, gently coming down, one vertebra at a time, softening the arms down, softening the head down. Again, stacked arms, stacked fists, whatever works for you. And just realizing that you're letting go of tension in your face. Find that spot. For some, it may be immediate that you notice where it is a little uncomfortable. So we never want to create any pain in our practice. In yoga, there's a mantra that is ahimsa, do no harm. So if you're feeling pain, please just come out of this posture. You may have to be modified. If you had bricks and you could place one under your hip or a pillow to modify the pigeon for you, that you could do that. This posture may not be available to everybody. Just come into your child or shavasana. We'll just stay here for a few more moments. Keep breathing. If you don't feel anything at all, perhaps shift a little, as I mentioned, to the left or right till you find that point of tension. And just keep breathing into it for 3, for 2, and 1. Bringing your head up slowly, bringing your palms to the mat, lifting your torso up, gently curling the right toes under, and lunging the left foot back into a down dog, walking your dog out here for just a few moments. Bringing your knees back down to the mat, bringing your head back down into a child pose as we start softening and releasing our practice. Coming up one vertebra at a time. Coming up into a seated posture here. So we didn't do too much core today, keeping it gentle. We're going to wrap up with a few seated postures. We can do our seated eagle, just to soften our body again. So cross-legged or releasing your legs in front of you. If it's not available to have cross-legged, you can even go into Japanese style, drawing your glutes down to your heels, whatever it feels right to you. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, right arm underneath left. So either you grab opposite shoulders or opposite palms, whichever works for you. Lifting the arms up slightly. Inhale, squeeze the core. Exhale, start drawing your elbows towards your belly button. Gaze towards the mat. Breathe here for 3, for 2, for 1. And let's inhale, engage the core. Exhale, come back up, 1 vertebra at a time, releasing the arms back up. Inhale, exhale, left arm comes underneath, grabbing onto whatever's available, shoulders or wrists. Inhale, squeezing the core. Let's exhale, round towards our belly. Feel the nice stretch through the upper back. These are great postures to do while you're sitting if you're working online at home. And let's inhale, engage the core, and exhale with your breath. Come back up, 1 vertebra at a time, releasing the arms. Let's take some really big shoulder rolls. So really great to open up the front body. I'm sure people aren't driving as much, but whoever is, we do a lot of punching and closing, so let's open up the heart center. Very good. Let's get into our spinal twist. Right leg extended, left foot comes against the left knee. If it's available, you can draw the left or the right leg in, only if it's available. Let's inhale the left arm up. Exhale it behind you like a second spine. So you're on your fingertips, and you're like a tripod, or it's like a tripod for you, and you're nice and straight in your alignment. So let's inhale the right arm up, exhale, twisting, allowing the right elbow to connect to the left palm, or you can wrap your arm around your knee, whichever is available, creating a nice stop sign with the hand, gazing to the side wall. Let's twist one more time. Inhale, squeezing the core, exhale, twisting. Maybe the fingertips come a little bit more towards the left. Notice how the spine creates a nice squeezing and a nice wellness. And let's take our gaze towards the left if it's available, and breathe into any tightness. And if it's not available today for you to twist very deep, you have the hope that with each movement, with each breath, you are creating openness. So just breathe into the tight spaces. And let's counter twist to the right. Take your hands as far as is available to you on the mat. Allow your head to lower. Humility. Allow your head, your crown to lower, your ego to lower, your heart to elevate. Any opportunity you can find to bow, it creates beautiful blood flow and beautiful reverence in you. Let's do this on the opposite side, releasing the left leg to be elongated. Right foot is against the left knee. You can either draw the left leg in. So just be certain that both sit bones are still connected to the mat if you're curling in. Inhaling the right arm up, exhaling it behind you like a second spine. Inhale the left arm up, exhale towards the side wall. So you can either grab around your knee if the twist, deeper twist isn't available, creating a nice stop sign with your left palm. Inhale, lengthen the spine, squeeze the core, exhale, twist the mid back. And one more inhale, exhale, twisting the upper back, perhaps taking the right fingertips a little further away and your gaze to wherever is available today. And breathe here for 3, for 2, and 1. And now the counter twist, which feels very good, very opposite movement. And stretch it out. So really, we're massaging our whole body. You know, it's a great practice to cultivate it as your own, the art of your own self-massage. Coming back up into seated. So we're wrapping up to the last 5-6 minutes of our practice. I would like you to come into your Shavasana, laying down on the mat. Find the spot that works for you, and we'll lay here for a nice 3 to 5 minutes while you soften into the mat and let go of everything that you just practiced and allow it to absorb into your body. Allow the wellness to absorb. So find that your feet are just moving away to the edges of the mat and they're softening. The calves are releasing, the thighs are letting go. Perhaps lift up the hips and allow the low back to connect to the mat. Perhaps lift up your chest and allow the shoulder blades to connect to the mat. Move your arms a little further away from you and just notice that you're letting go of each single little cell in your finger even. So you're just surrendering. And you're softening your face. Perhaps create a small space between your teeth and allow the tongue to fall away from the palate. Allow the brow to be gentle. And most importantly, your thoughts to soften. And it's natural and very human for us to get distracted, but try to just tune back to your breath if you notice that distraction. And as I say, the distraction is even a gift. So practicing non-self-judgment. Sometimes we create expectations for us to be able to meditate or be still. It's natural for that distraction to come in. And I say that it's a reminder. It's that magical moment that we can turn back inward. So just staying connected to your own breath here while I tap back into that virtue that I offered you at the beginning of the class, and I'll also offer you a poem today. So maybe thinking about any intentions that you set as you're laying there in your Shavasana, and coming back to hope. Hope is looking to the future with trust and faith. It is optimism in the face of adversity. Without hope, we lose our will to live fully. Hope gives us the courage to keep moving forward. It can be elusive when we have suffered often, yet it is the light that can redeem our dreams. With hope, we know we are not alone. There is always help when we are willing to ask. There are gifts to be gleaned from all that happens. With hope, we find the confidence to try and try again. I'm thankful for the gift of hope. It is the light in my life. Just continue to stay there in Shavasana for another minute. I'd like to offer you a poem, a beautiful poem by Mary Oliver, and it's called Today. Today I'm flying low and I'm not saying a word. I'm letting all the voodoos of ambition sleep. The world goes on as it must. The bees in the garden rumbling a little, the fish sleeping, the gnats getting eaten, and so forth. But I'm taking the day off, quiet as a feather. I hardly move, though really I'm traveling a terrific distance. Stillness, one of the doors into the temple. Stillness, one of the doors into the temple. So tuning in, finding your stillness amidst the chaos that there might be and the uncertainty that there might be. Start gently wiggling your fingers and toes to slowly awaken back to the mat. Perhaps wiggle your fingers and toes a little more than gently. And then rotate your wrists and your ankles in circles. And then the other way in counter circles. Remember that even these beautiful, gentle, small movements can create profound opening for you in your day. Let's inhale the arms high up above us, taking that nice deep stretch, fingers and toes to opposite poles, and exhale, releasing it. And then wrap your arms around your knees, giving yourself a final hug before we end our practice, perhaps moving side to side with your hips or rounding. And then gently rolling over onto your right side, creating a pillow with your right arm, left hand to the mat. As you gently take a breath here in fetal restorative, most ancient posture you can reconnect to. Take another deep breath. And then use your left hand to help lift you up into a seated position, whichever one is comfortable for you, facing me. You can draw your hands together to bring it to your heart. My wish for you is that the practice that you just did can offer you some wellness that you can take off the mat back into the world with hope, with gratitude, and with love. I am very grateful to be given the opportunity to guide this practice with you today. And if you can take some of the movements and continue them in your own daily practice, it'll allow some great wellness for you. And I will seal the practice with a Sanskrit word, which means the light in me recognizes and honors the light in each of you. Namaste, everybody. And thank you for tuning in today. And you have a great evening.